Okay, well this is the Health and Education, a Right and Not a Privilege workshop. So I'm Christine Shawcroft. I was recently re-elected onto the National Executive Committee. I've done 17 years now, which I think is more than the train robbers got, but there we go. We've got a really excellent panel with us today, I'm pleased to say, and of course health and education often find themselves in the front line of government cuts. It's amazing how we can always afford to invade somewhere, we can always afford to bomb somewhere, but when it comes to funding the health service or funding education, it's, oh, we haven't got enough money. So, you know, I think this is something that we've really got to address in the Labour Party. So we hear in health, we hear lots from the government about how the budget's being protected, but in reality, you know, year on year, the effects of inflation and so on, the service is just deteriorating and it's being packaged up and privatised off, which we heard this morning actually costs more money anyway. So in terms of budget cuts, it's really not the best way to go. And also the education sector, of course, is, you know, we're just, there's going to be so many different varieties of schools soon. No one's going to be able to keep track of what's what with the use of unqualified staff, the trade union busting. It's just, our education service is just being reduced to fragments while we speak, really. Now the theme is winning with Jeremy this today, so luckily we've now got a Labour leadership who is going to oppose the government's agenda on privatisation and cuts and austerity. We've got clear plans to end NHS privatisation, repeal the Health and Social Care Act, and of course Jeremy has set out plans for a national education service with which we can win over voters, and the campaign we saw a few Saturdays ago that was launched at conference against selection in education. I think this is a very good way of moving forward and kind of raising this issue as a problem and something to campaign about in the country. Sorry, yes, do you want to say something? Okay. Well, look, we've got a workshop now and we've got speakers here. People will be able to make comments from the floor soon. There'll be the mic will be going round to take people's comments. So I'm sure we'll be able to deal with that point then. So today we're going to hear about how austerity has harmed health and education. We've got a brilliant panel. We've got Danielle Tiplady, who's a leading figure in the People's Assembly Against Austerity, and is running the bursary or bust campaign to support the retention of student nurse bursaries. We've got Laura McNeill, who's both a medical student and Labour Society chair at King's College London. We've got Ken Jones, Emeritus Professor of Education at Goldsmiths College. And we've got Shelley Asquith, who's the Vice President Welfare of the National Union of Students and a Labour activist. So I think with more ado, I'd like to ask Danielle if she'd like to start.